Join us as we dive into our obsession with true crime, history, and mysterious stories. Each Corrupted Clip episode is less than 30 minutes long, providing you with the perfect bite-sized content to get you through the day.
We assume no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in the content of this episode. The Corrupt Podcast is based on the facts and our opinions of the case. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Corrupt Podcast.
In 2009, 3 people lost their lives in a typically peaceful community in rural Ohio. You can join the Corrupt crew at patreon.com/corruptpodcast. You can also support us with a one-time PayPal boost. Both links are in the episode notes.
Dennis J. Mullet was born in Orvo, Ohio on October 30th, 1952. On October 31st, 1974, 22-year-old Dennis married 23-year-old Mary Edna Hirschberger. As members of the Old Order Amish Church, very little is known about their personal lives. Along the way, Dennis and Mary had 2 children, their daughter, Rosanna, and on July 18, 1979, their son, Wayne Allen, was born.
In March 1998, the family of 4 purchased a home located on a private road in Millersburg, Ohio. The rural area of Amish country is located in between Cleveland and Columbus, about 80 miles to each city. The Mullet's manufactured home sat on a 2-acre lot, and in 2006, their daughter Rosanna purchased a home right across the street.
On Monday, February 23, 2009, Mary spoke to Rosanna over the phone. When Rosanna called the next morning, no one answered. She headed over to her parents' home and discovered Mary unresponsive in her bed.
As Old Order Amish, isn't it weird that Rosanna called Mary on the phone? Like they both had phones?
Depending on what level of Amish you are, and depending on the bishop, you can have phones like in your shed for that to be allowed. Some even are allowed to have cell phones. Like I know my in-laws had a phone in their shed. If I were to call them, they wouldn't pick up because obviously it's in the shed and they can't hear it. But I would leave them a voice message and then they would give me a call back. So they can call me back. But if I were to call them, they're not able to pick up. Depends on the order of the Amish and the bishop.
So now your in-laws, one of them has a cell phone, so it's not in the shed anymore?
Correct.
Why? Why is that any different than how we live?
My father-in-law uses it for work purposes. So that is probably why he's allowed to have a cell phone, is because it's for work purposes. If it wasn't for his job, I don't know. I don't know the specifics on that. I do know it can't be like, like a smartphone, like it's a flip phone, right? So it's not like...
He's got internet access or something like that.
Yeah. It's not like high tech at all. However, for instance, like my mother-in-law had like surgery done and she had nobody else in the house, and the surgery like made her immobile, so she couldn't like go anywhere. So she had a landline in the house. They work with you. It's not like they're like, you can't have this.
Like, absolutely not.
Right. Like they're evolving as much as we are. Like my in-laws they don't have like a heat system other than like the in-floor heat. Like that's all they have. And you would think it would get cold, but honestly it doesn't. Like it's just as warm as anything, but it's better for the planet, and it's something that they can use or allowed to use. So that's what they use.
What makes this case so fascinating is because you have so much information about the Amish way of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have the hookup.
At 10:20 a.m. on February 24th, 2009, the sheriff's office received a 911 call from Rosanna. The East Holmes emergency responders arrived at the residence, and quickly the situation turned from one unresponsive woman to 3 people found deceased from gunshot wounds. The EMS team quickly notified the Holmes County Sheriff's Department that the 3 victims had gunshot wounds involved.
The Holmes County coroner, Dr. Robert Anthony, made a statement just 2 days later, saying that the deaths appeared to be from a murder-suicide. Supporting his comment was a statement from a family member who confirmed Dennis had been depressed prior to the murder-suicide. The Amish religion is based on Christian faith and pacifism. They don't believe in violence, military service, or lawsuits. Although there are shows like Murder in Amish Country, the actual percentage of murder and suicide in Amish communities are very low. Very similar to all churches, members of the Old Order Amish community can speak to their bishop about feeling overwhelmed or depressed. They can also seek medical help from any medical professional. In the case of Dennis and how very little information is known about the family, we don't know if he did speak to his bishop or reach out about his mental health. Wayne had a disability. This was Rosanna's brother, something Mary and Dennis worried about. Not long before the deaths, Dennis had purchased an extravagant Amish buggy that was too big for the family of 3, but would have been better suited for Rosanna's family of 5.
So with this information, it seems, at least from the outside, that there were some signs of premeditated murder here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dennis purchasing a buggy that could have cost anywhere between $7,000 and $10,000, and it's not even something that their household needed. I think that really should have raised a red flag.
Most definitely, they could see that he purchased an extra big buggy that was not needed.
It's a very tight-knit community that they're not going to gossip. So it's very hard to know what flags went up, what the community was seeing.
Mm-hmm.
How depressed was he? Did somebody think that this was going to happen? As an English outsider here, who would have looked after Mary and Wayne if Dennis had died? Like, not suicide. Something happens, natural causes, he passes away. What happens to Mary and Wayne? Who takes care of them?
Most likely a family member. So it'd have to be Rosanna. If not her, somebody from the church. I would presume that they would live with Rosanna.
So they would have been okay.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not one of those situations where things are so bad and there's no way out and things will be worse for your family if you die.
No, not at all, because they have their own, like the church takes care of them. They're not going to leave you hanging. They're going to take care of you. That's why they have church insurance, is what they like to call it. So if something medically happens to you that's bad and you need money, like everybody will pitch in and be like, here, take, and they don't even have to pay it back. That's the thing. That's really wholesome and it's really good. Like if you're in a bind, they got you, my guy. They got you.
Are they going to judge you though? Is there going to be some smiting or something that happens afterwards?
I feel like in a way, there's always judgment no matter where you go, no matter what community you're in, right?
Oh, it's true. It's true. No matter where you live, there's always judgment. So that's true.
Yeah. So it's everywhere. But I would say the Amish community is just more silent about it. They probably don't speak up as much as us English people do.
Yeah.
If someone walks in with a ratty ass skirt on, us English people would be like, gosh, damn, like someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. In the Amish community, they may think that, or those thoughts might come in their head, but they don't act upon it, or they don't say it. They don't gossip about it. But there are gossipers as well. Like, it just depends on the type of person.
In every community.
Yeah, it really just depends. But all in all, I do feel like Mary and Wayne would have been okay. They would have been taken care of.
They had options.
Yeah, and honestly, I think Dennis had options too.
Absolutely.
Was he not in his right mind that he felt like there was no way out?
I think there's more to the story. Did they have debt? Was there something money involved? I don't know. It's so tight-knit and there's just no way to know.
Mm-hmm.
From the outside, it's just simply trying to pick apart, well, we had an adult son at that point. Wayne had a disability. Mary and Dennis were aging. Was that putting pressure on them? I don't know. The Holmes County Sheriff conducted an investigation, Finding at approximately 4 a.m. on Tuesday the 24th, Dennis had entered the upstairs bedroom of Mary, shooting her in the head with a .22 caliber rifle. Dennis then went to Wayne's upstairs bedroom and murdered him in the same manner. Dennis had then gone to the basement of the home and committed suicide with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The crime scene evidence supported that Dennis had been the shooter in all 3 deaths. No suicide note has ever been recovered.
I don't know if it's even common for Amish to leave a suicide note. Like, that's something to look up.
The percentage of suicide and murder in the Amish community is incredibly low compared to us non-Amish English people. It's incredibly low.
Yeah.
But I think it's natural to want to share your last thoughts or reasoning on why this happened.
Yeah. The joint funeral services were held on February 27th, 2009 at the home of Rosanna. 29-year-old Wayne, 57-year-old Mary, and 56-year-old Dennis are buried at the Samuel Hirschberger Cemetery in Salt Creek Township, Ohio. We just want to remind you guys, you are important. Your life matters. You are never alone. If you are ever experiencing thoughts of suicide or emotional distress, you can reach the Suicide and Crisis Line 24/7, 365 by calling or texting 988. You can also chat with them online at chat.988lifeline.org. You can find their website in our episode notes as well.
We would love for you to become part of the Corrupt crew. You can find us on Patreon with multiple tiers and PayPal. This will score you our appreciation and will announce your name in a future episode. Both links are in the episode notes. Case suggestions and feedback can be emailed to us at corruptpod@gmail.com.
The sources for this episode would be listed in the episode notes. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Don't forget to subscribe to catch our new Corrupt content. Please also leave us a review wherever you're listening to this episode. Bye.
Bye.